Holy cow! What's going on here? Did President Biden just give a glowing endorsement for Intel in his State of the Union speech? Is there any significance in his praising Intel for their $20 billion semiconductor hub in Ohio? Will there be big government funding, big bucks, heading in Intel's direction if Congress passes a $52 billion chip researching and manufacturing bill in the U.S. as called for by Biden? What should long-term investors and short-term traders do in response to all the Intel hype? In this video, we'll concisely review Intel's recent performance, current finances, and prospects for buyers and traders. Stay tuned and hit the like and subscribe button to get more stock market alerts like this at Stock Market Fever. Today is Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022, and the war is raging in Ukraine. Oil and inflation keep rising. Fears abound, and the Dow Jones dropped over 500 points yesterday as it continues to behave in bipolar fashion, dropping rapidly and roaring back strong, depending upon world events and fear and greed. Intel stock has underperformed the market in general over the last few years, losing much ground to rivals Taiwan Semiconductor and Advanced Micro Devices. If you were unlucky enough to have purchased Intel shares last April at its high of about 68, your holdings would be down based upon its closing price yesterday of just under 47 by about 30%. Ouch. But are the Intel shares undervalued? Is there room for a bounce back based upon Intel's massively increased capital spending plan? $27 billion for 2022 alone. That could portend a massive increase in quantity of chips being produced and newer, more competitive chip designs. That's the thesis of a report by Motley Fool. And Argus research analyst Jim Kelleher is impressed with Intel's new CFO Dave Zissner's focus on capital allocation plans and return on shareholder equity. He gives a 12-month target price of $76, which would indicate an over 60% increase from today's close. Credit Suisse is also bullish on Intel, rating it a buy and giving it a 12-month price target of $70 per share. On the other hand, CFRA analyst Angela Zeno sees the same massive expenditure as a cause for concern, and further questions Intel's belief that, quote, revenue growth will accelerate to a 10 to 12% rate, and thus rates Intel only 3 stars, which means hold. However, not all analysts are on board the Intel bull train. Looking at trading technicals showing recent bearish trends, Market Edge Second Opinion Weekly advises traders to avoid Intel, cautioning that, quote, the stock is trading below a falling 50-day moving average, which confirms the weak technical conditions. So what do you think? Is it possible that Intel could get a very short-term uptick as a result of Biden's State of the Union speech attended to by Intel CEO? Might investors lick their chops looking at the under 10 price earnings of Intel and figure that this is a turnaround train they don't want to miss? Or might the underlying short-term technical weakness and current market turmoil portend more disappointment in Intel share prices? What do you think? What do you forecast for Intel shares in the short and longer term scheme? What do you recommend? Buy, hold, sell? Please let us know in your comments below. We'd love to hear from you, and welcome to our growing family at Stock Market Fever.